Have you ever noticed that the most dangerous person in the room isn't the one shouting? It's the one sitting in total silence, watching, observing, completely untouched by the chaos. Why does that terrify us? Because deep down we know that whoever controls their mind controls the entire situation. Welcome to INVICTUS X. Today we are going to hand you the blueprint used by the most powerful man in the ancient world to remain bulletproof in the face of conflict. History tells us of Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king who ruled Rome. But the history books often gloss over the sheer volume of catastrophe he faced. He didn't write his famous meditations while sitting in a garden sipping wine. He wrote them in military tents on the edges of the empire, surrounded by plague, war, and the betrayal of his closest generals. The empire was burning around him. Yet Marcus Aurelius learned to master the only battlefield that truly matters, the territory between his ears. Most of us believe that conflict is something that happens to us. A boss screams, a spouse accuses, a driver cuts us off. We feel the adrenaline spike, the fight or flight response. Our heart races, our vision narrows, and our thoughts sharpen into knives. We feel a desperate primal urge to respond right now. That urgency? That is the trap. The moment you react impulsively, you have handed the keys to your emotional state over to the other person. You are no longer the master, you are the puppet. The Stoics, Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus, discovered a secret that modern psychology is only just catching up with. The power is never in the event itself. The power is in how you choose to see it. Imagine you are standing in a violent storm. If you are outside, you are soaked, battered by the wind, blinded by the rain. But if you are standing inside a thick-walled fortress looking out a glass window, you see the exact same storm, but you are warm, dry, and safe. That window is the Stoic mindset. Calmness is not about denying that the storm exists. It's a strategic decision to stay behind the glass.
Principle 1. The art of emotional distance. The first tool in the Stoic arsenal is emotional distance. This is often misunderstood as being cold or emotionless like a robot. That is incorrect. Emotional distance is not apathy, it is perspective. It is the ability to step out of your body and watch yourself from the corner of the room. When someone insults you, the average person says, "I am angry." This language is dangerous because it fuses your identity with the temporary emotion. You become the anger. Marcus Aurelius would have phrased it differently. "I feel anger rising." Do you see the difference? It is subtle, but it changes everything. By changing the language, you create a gap between the stimulus, the insult, and the response, your reaction. In that gap lies your freedom. This concept is backed by modern cognitive behavioral therapy, but it also aligns with what Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, famously observed. As noted in Insights from GLASP, Frankl's work in Man's Search for Meaning connects deeply with Stoicism. He realized that while we cannot control what happens to us, even in the most horrific circumstances, we retain the ultimate freedom, the ability to choose our attitude. This cognitive distancing, as highlighted in further GLASP summaries of Stoic literature, is essential for making correct judgments. It allows us to stop the spiral. The next time a coworker sends you a passive-aggressive email, do not type. Freeze. Close your eyes for 2 seconds. Say to yourself, "I notice irritation in my chest. I notice the urge to be snarky." By labeling the feeling, you disconnect from it. You are no longer the anger. You are the scientist observing the anger. And what you can observe, you can master.
Principle 2. Anticipatory Awareness, the morning armor. The second principle is anticipatory awareness. Most of us walk into our days with a fragile delusion. We expect everyone to be nice, the traffic to be smooth, and the coffee to be hot. When reality hits, when the busybody or the ungrateful person shows up, we are shocked, and surprise is the enemy of composure. Marcus Aurelius started every morning with a ritual. He told himself, "Today I shall meet the busybody, the ungrateful, the arrogant, the deceitful." He wasn't being a pessimist, he was putting on his armor. Let's look at a concrete example. Imagine Sarah. Sarah is a marketing director. She has a meeting at 2 p.m. with a client known for being difficult and interrupting constantly. Without Stoicism, Sarah goes in hoping the client is in a good mood. When he interrupts her in the first minute, she is shocked. Her face flushes red. She stammers. She leaves the meeting feeling defeated. With anticipatory awareness, Sarah takes 5 minutes before the meeting. She visualizes the client interrupting. She asks herself, what is his emotional state? What is he afraid of losing? He will likely challenge my budget proposal. When the meeting starts and the client interrupts, Sarah isn't shocked. She thinks, there it is, right on schedule. Because she expected it, it has no power over her. As noted in GLASP Insights on Building Self-Confidence through Stoicism, this act of monitoring thoughts and preparing for reality is vital. It shifts you from a victim of circumstance to a strategist of human nature. You aren't being manipulated, you are navigating.
Principle 3. Strategic breathing, the biological bridge. The third principle moves from the mind to the body. Strategic breathing. Marcus Aurelius understood intuitively what neuroscientists now know for a fact. Your breath is the remote control for your nervous system. When you are attacked, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid. This signals to your brain that you are under threat, shutting down your prefrontal cortex, the logic center, and activating the amygdala, the lizard brain. You literally become stupider when you are angry. You cannot think your way out of a panic attack. You must breathe your way out. The technique. Inhale through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold the breath for 2 seconds. Then exhale slowly through the mouth for 6 seconds. Do this 3 times. Why does this work? The long exhale stimulates the vagus nerve, which tells your body, I am safe. When the body feels safe, the mind clears. It is an internal reset button. Think of a surgeon in the middle of a complex operation. Something goes wrong, an artery bursts. If the surgeon panics, the patient dies. Watch a master surgeon in that moment. They don't scream, they stop. They take one deep, deliberate breath. That single breath clears the fog of panic, allowing their training to take over. You are the surgeon of your own life. When the argument heats up, be the one who breathes.
Principle 4. Acting with purpose. The final principle is acting with purpose. When a conflict starts, we usually suffer from mission drift. We start the conversation wanting to solve a problem, like, who forgot to pay the electric bill? But the moment an insult is thrown, the goal shifts. Suddenly, the goal is winning. The goal is hurting. Victory over another person is meaningless if it comes from the defeat of your own character. Marcus wrote, "Let your every act be directed toward the common good." You and your partner are arguing about the dishes. Voices rise. They bring up a mistake you made 3 years ago. The ego reaction, you attack back. Well, you forgot our anniversary. Now you are fighting about the past, not the dishes. The purposeful action, you pause. You ask yourself, what is my purpose here? The answer is, I want a clean kitchen and a happy relationship. Does yelling about the anniversary achieve that? No. So you stop. You say, I want to resolve this because I care about us. Can we get back to the issue of the kitchen? This is powerful. It disarms people. As highlighted in the GLASP summary of 3 rules of life, acting for the common good and desiring only what is within our control is the pathway to a good life. Reason wants results. Ego wants revenge. Choose results.
Let's put this all together. You are at work. Your boss criticizes you unfairly in front of the whole team. 1. Emotional distance. You feel the heat in your face. You say to yourself, I notice embarrassment. You do not become the embarrassment. 2. Strategic breathing. You take a subtle 4-2-6 breath. Your heart rate slows. 3. Anticipatory awareness. You remember, my boss is under immense pressure from the board. This isn't about me, it's about his fear. 4. Purpose. You define your goal. I want to keep my job and clarify the facts. Instead of snapping back, you look him in the eye and say calmly, I understand your concern. Can I show you the data later so we can clear this up? You didn't match his aggression, you matched it with clarity. Marcus Aurelius called this being like the rock against which the waves break. The waves scream and crash, but the rock stands still, and eventually the water falls silent around it. Stoicism is not a magic pill. You will fail. You will lose your temper. Marcus Aurelius himself wasn't a saint, he was a practitioner. He reviewed his day every night, asking, what did I do well? What can I improve? Wisdom isn't perfection, it is correction. Visualize 3 images the next time you feel the anger rising. 1. The rock, unmoved by the waves. 2. The archer. You control the aim, your action, not the wind, the outcome. 3. The lens. Zoom out. Will this argument matter in 5 years? If not, don't spend 5 minutes being angry about it. Conflict will cease to burn you. Some struggles will simply dissolve because they only existed within you. Others you will face with dignity because you have built an internal order. That is the true secret Marcus Aurelius discovered. Peace is not the absence of conflict, it is mastery amidst it. So when the storm comes, and it surely will, remember, observe before you react, expect imperfection, breathe with control, act with purpose. 4 simple actions, 4 invisible powers. Do this enough times and calmness will become your natural state. You will stop being the one pouring fuel on the fire and become the one who extinguishes it simply by standing there, steady and clear. If this message resonated with you, take a deep breath right now. Ask yourself, which of these 4 Stoic principles will I practice first? Emotional distance, mental preparation, strategic breathing, or purposeful action? Write your answer in the comments below and let it be your first act of commitment to yourself. Don't forget to share your own habits for staying calm so the community can learn together. And if you want to continue developing inner peace and maturity, remember, INVICTUS X. We are here to help you forge an unconquerable will.